good morning, and welcome to Morning Reflection as we look at the reflecting on His will. As we reflect on His will, we're going to look at some familiar scripture today, one that you really know probably by heart and that we all go to for that comfort place sometimes. But I think it'd be neat if we kind of unpack it and look at it together and reflect on it as we reflect on His will. And so here we have Romans. Guess what? 8:28. We all, like we said, probably know it by heart, but we're going to look at it anyway. And it says in 8:28, and we know, not hope or think, but we know that God causes all things to work together for the good to those who love God and to those who are called according to His purpose. God causes. God causes all things to work together. We're called according to His purpose. And we're going to look at that in a little while. What is His purpose exactly? But right now, we're going to look at the thing of He causes all things to work together. One of my favorite illustrations is one that my Bible teacher shared often. And it was, if I invited you over for a cup of tea, and before you got here, I've got out my nice little teapot, and I got out the matching cups, and I put hot water in the teapot, and I got some tea bags for you to choose from. But I also got some bowls, and I put in those bowls different things like flour and butter and eggs and milk and sugar and cocoa and a lot of other things maybe that I put in those bowls, and I set them on the table. And when you came in, I said, "Would you like a piece of cake?" Well, you would look at me like I was a little strange, I think, because it doesn't look like cake, does it? It doesn't. But if before you got here, I took those same ingredients and took just the right amount of each ingredient, put it in a bowl, stirred it up or mixed it up with a mixer, but got it ready, put it in a pan, put it in the oven, baked it, and then when it came out, I made some delicious icing and put it on top of it and put my little cake out on the table. And when you came in, I said, "Would you like a piece of cake?" You'd say, "Oh, thank you very much," and would have a piece of cake. But it's the same ingredients. The difference is the preparation and what I did. I stirred it up. I put it just the right amount in, and I stirred it up and I baked it before you got here. Well, that's what God does with our lives. I know that's kind of a simplistic view of it, but He does. He takes all those ingredients, He stirs them up. He stirs them up because He has a purpose. He has a purpose, and He's going to cause it to work for our good and for His glory. Always, always. And we can trust Him to do that. Isn't that exciting that we have that verse in Scripture to hold on to as we look at His victory in our lives and what He can do for us and in our lives? And then the next verse, it says in verse 29, "For those whom He foreknew, He also predestined to become conformed to the image of His Son, so that He would be the firstborn among many brethren." His plan was that He called us because He wanted to conform us to the image of His Son. He wanted to conform us to the image of His Son. You know, a long time ago, nearly 50 years now, but a long time ago, my husband decided he wanted me to be his wife. And he proposed. He came to me and he asked me if I would be his wife. And he chose me. And I said yes. And we got married. And that's what God kind of did with us. He chose us. He asked us, and we responded. And but He had a purpose. And that purpose was He had predestined us to become conformed to the very image of His Son. So He's going to bring things into your life to do just that. He's going to bring the good, the bad, and the ugly. But He's going to take them all. And He's going to conform us to the image of His Son. And you know what? Someday He'll either come to get us or we'll go to be with Him, one of the two. And when He does that, we will be the very image of Jesus Christ. So thank Him today. And we'll see you next Monday right here. So God bless.